This program is proudly brought to you by Maxxis. Hello and welcome to the final event of the Maxxis National 4x4 Championships 2011. Let's look at where the scores are standing at the moment. Rory and David Flett with a lead of 5 points at 222, with Leon Goos and Chart van der Walt nipping at their heels with 215.5 points. Trailing by less than 4 points is Hanku Swart and Charles Pierce at 211.5 points. Brett Law and Caitlin Miller hanging just outside the top three at 201 stand a chance at grabbing the title if the other guys break down early in the competition. We start the day with the Maxxis time trial. Pulling away for the super modified class is Claude and Nick. Starting on the incline of this very interesting time trial. Heading over. Keeping control nicely as they come down. Up the last section, speed to the exit gate, coming to a stop in the box. The oldest member of the National 4x4 Club, John Burke. A very sad day for the Nationals. After many years, John has decided to retire from the Nationals, but he will still be kicking up dust in the KZN regional competitions. So today we say goodbye to a legend of South African competitive 4x4. Thank you, John, for helping the sport grow into what it is today. John's time is 35 seconds. Kicking up the pace is Brett Law and Caitlin Miller. Brett finished 9th last year and has made a considerable jump and currently holds 4th place. These cars aren't built for speed, but the loose suspension obstacles like that rock are easy to handle. Coming to a halt in the exit box. They take a time of 24 seconds. Also driving in the modified class, we have Rory and David Flett, who finished 4th last year and today are at the edge of taking the 2011 title. If it sounds like the cars are over-revving, remember that these vehicles need to be in low range when competing in the time trial. David and Rory take a time of 29 seconds. Last year's number 1, Andrew Williams, pulling away. Sadly, today is also Andrew's final national for a while, giving up competing to support his 2 sons. Werner Fourie, Andrew's current co-driver, will be competing in this vehicle next year. Seconds for them. Our competitors all the way from Stilbaai in Wingman 2, Ernst de Priya and Fani Oosthuizen. Currently in 8th place, these boys make a big impact in their first year of the competition. Coming in at 21 seconds. The Maxxis girls out in full force to support the competitors.
Sorry, Marshall.
That 2 on the vehicle, showing us that Leon Goos ended up 2nd last year and currently again in the 2nd position. Keeping a good pace as they head over the humps and bumps of this time trial. These 2 popular drivers finish with a time of 25 seconds. Another driver from Stilbaai, Andrew Duplessis, coming to check out how things are in the Nationals. The Sting heading down the decline. Coming around, Over the bumps he goes. Well done, Andre. Also in contention for this year's title are Hanku Swart and Charles Pierce. Not wasting any time on this obstacle. A clear speed difference between Hanku and some of the other competitors. Tipping that rock as he speeds through to the exit. Hanku takes a time of 25 seconds. Fresh from the expedition to Kilimanjaro, Mike Wanless and Bram Reed take off in Black Betty. Taking their sloth for a spin. These boys clearly not bothered by rocks. They take a time of 27 seconds. The only two-wheel drive vehicle in the competition, Hadman Barnard and Mandy Reed. Flying up the incline as they blast off. Keeping up the pace as they head down into the obstacle. Hopping over the course. They head for the last bump and... oh! Taking a ramp, Hadman turning into the fall at precisely the right moment. Let's look at that again. Awesome! Herman and Mandy complete this one in 25 seconds. Next up is Leonard Bliffner and Vickers du Plessis. Last time we saw Leonard was in Alberton. And it's always amazing to see what these synchros can do. Stopping at 40 seconds. Driving in this camo combi is Stuart Sterling. We're a bit worried about why Stuart's reverse lights are on and he's moving forward. Doesn't seem to hamper his progress though. Stuart takes a time of 36 seconds. Heading over to our second obstacle of the day, brought to you by Lynx 4x4 Accessories. Getting us started on this obstacle is Brett Law and Caitlin Miller. Being first on this obstacle puts Brett at a disadvantage as he'll have to build his own way towards the exit. This obstacle had spectacular vantage points for the spectators to catch all the action. Finally grabbing some grip, he makes it over to the second section of the obstacle. This section a bit easier. Driving in the modified class, Brett is not allowed the use of dip locks. That first section looked easy as Rory and David fled. Over he goes. Let's see if the second half will be as easy for him. He flies up the incline and completes this obstacle with an impressive 40 points. With the cameras at the ready for the next obstacle. Wonder if that gentleman will be entering the photo competition on the website. Next up, we have the brother team of Linton and Bruce Swan. Striking a problem early on. most of their body hanging on that boulder. They battle to progress in this obstacle, but no luck. They decide not to damage their vehicle. They give up on this one. They'll have to make it up in the next obstacle. Back for more, we have Andrew and Werner, skillfully making it over the first section. They ready themselves for the exit. Firing away, they ramp through the exit gate. Unfortunately, they touched 2 banners in this obstacle, but still take home 20 points. Corey Hudson driving solo today. His usual co-pilot and son had to stay at home for this one to study for his final exams. His rear axle moving with the contours of this incline. Corey takes 40 points on this one. Last year's number 10 team, Nico Furry and Dirk Schlepper. They've had a mixed year in regards to the competition, breaking down at a few events, costing them a lot of points. They make their way up the final incline, striking a banner. Nico and Dirk adding 40 points to their score. Moving over to the street legal locker class, we catch up with Michiel Oberholzer. Up the first incline. He takes a roll back to adjust his corner. Coming down at an angle, controlling it nicely as you can easily tip over here. Well done, Michiel taking 50 points. Ready for action, we know. Mike Wanless and Bron Reeve. Touching a banner as they head up. Also taking a rollback, costing them points. Coming down, they touch another banner, leaving this obstacle behind with 10 points. Waluba. Also taking out a banner on the incline. He takes the traditional rollback in this position. Waluba has to be very careful not to forfeit any further points. Squeezing past that banner, slowly making his way to the incline. Coming down too hard, he touches a banner. Forced to take a roll back there and losing the remainder of his points. Driving in a Formula off-road vehicle is Dion van der Westhuizen and Angie van der Westhuizen. Formula off-road is an exciting new class that is coming into the competition next year, adding a new dimension of competition to the events. Having to take a roll back to adjust his line. The power of this vehicle giving Dion more control than other vehicles. Touching a banner there. Dion still makes it through with an impressive 30 points. Next up are Pierre and Petru Janssen van Rensburg. Blocking his brakes and swinging around his rear, avoiding every banner. Doing very well so far. Coming down carefully, avoiding the tricky banners at the end. Pierre, the first person to make it out of this obstacle with full points. That brings us to the end of this obstacle and to the start of an ad break. Coming up next is the very exciting cat obstacle.